Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are out here in the yard because once again, I'm making another video on the engine that I'm tearing apart. And today guys, I have a huge update for you guys. Thing is, I did not record when I was actually working on it. So right now, sadly, all I can show you guys is what I did and just expect you guys to trust me because, you know, that's the whole thing. As you guys know, a few days ago, I posted episode 3 or part 3 to tearing down my engine, and I worked on it by myself for about 17 minutes straight, but I never made any progress, and that's because there was literally only one thing stopping me, and it was that stupid thing on the ratchet wrench, because I forgot about how you had to have a specific setting on in order to do it. Honestly, if I would have figured out that setting the other day, I would have actually made progress. If I would have remembered that. Shut up. Stop ruining my video. Go away. Oh my god. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to show you guys. What we've done so far. And what we did yesterday. And what we need to do next. As you guys can see here. Last time you saw the motor, it wasn't like this. Because yesterday we ended up taking the entire bottom of the engine off. So here's what we got to. First of all, the oil pan, if you guys aren't aware, I actually broke 3 bolts on the oil pan. So I completely screwed that over, but we were still able to peel it off after we took off all the rest of the bolts. Still able to get it off. Here's all the bolts in one bag. The reason we don't really have them organized or in names or anything like that is because we don't plan on putting this engine back together. We're getting it for specific things like the head and the block and stuff like that. But here's what we took off the other day. We were able to get off. We got, dang it, now I don't remember what that part's called again, but now I'll find out. You know, it's at the automotive warehouse. We stock it a lot. And then also got the crank right here. I'm so glad we got the crank out because that's another big part of the engine that I feel really accomplished actually taking out. And this is where we got to. And as you can see, we have the pistons here. We took off, did we take off? I mean, yeah, the rod bearings are off, but I didn't know we kept them off. I thought we'd put them back on, but we got none of those, so I'm getting oil on me. Look at that. This engine's still a little oily. Now, this engine is a junk engine, but honestly, it really doesn't look all that bad. I believe that there, in the sidewall here, there is a bit of damage in cylinder 3 or whatever. But other than that, I mean, the engine looks pretty decent. I don't know how to see things like that, though. We still don't know if the block is cracked because you need to use some special powder, magnet powder that, like, goes in between the cracks. And I'm wondering if those are cracks right there or that's just something else. If these are cracks right here, this thing's beyond... Oh, God. But, you know, that's what we're tearing this engine apart for. It's to use the engine itself and... you know, the block and the head and stuff, and we don't really want to put it back together. But right now, what we need to do is dive back on top and get into the engine here, or the valves are. We need to use an Allen head for the, whatever they're called. I don't really know what you call those bolts, but you need an Allen head to take them off. And when we tried it last time, one of our Allen heads actually broke. So we're trying to get new Allen heads in that fit that and that are strong enough to actually take those off. And once we can take those off, I mean, it's pretty much, that's it. Like, we'll be able to get to the pistons and push them out that way because we can't get them out right here. They're too tight. But what we can do is get in here and, you know, that's just the last step. But of course, I can't buy those parts. I can't go and buy an Allen head. I can, but I'm not going to. And my dad is going to get one at some point, but it's probably going to be a long time until he gets one of those. This engine might be sitting for another long while, because honestly, there's nothing else you can do to it except do this. Maybe there's some way, and maybe I can go look it up on YouTube or whatever. But other than that, that's just how the engine is right now. Once again, sorry I didn't really get what I was actually doing on camera, because I feel like that's the bigger part of doing this, tearing apart this engine. I'm the one who's supposed to be learning. I mean, sure I am, but it's not really all that much. I've got a lot of stuff ahead of me, for that though. We're going to be doing a lot more automotive stuff here on the channel. I might be posting about, automotive C-Tech class or whatever. I was thinking of doing something on that because I was kind of curious on how it works and, what it teaches you and all that. So, I could definitely do that series here on the channel myself. But, yeah, it seems like we're almost done with this engine. So, hopefully only a few more episodes in the far future, and we'll have this thing completely ready. I know a lot of you guys don't watch my videos all the way through, but I believe that at least one of you guys will do it this time. So, I'm going to do this. If you guys have watched this video all the way through, the way you can prove it is if you are mechanically inclined or you know what this part right here might be. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. It has to do with the oil and oil screen or whatever. It has to do with the oil, and it was in the oil pan. If you guys can tell me exactly what this part is, and that's it, then I will subscribe to you and give you a shout out in probably either the next 1 or 2 of my videos, because I'm obviously my shout out's not really going to do anything. But yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.